go. Slide you over here because I want you up here. I would love to end this fucking sound too that plays. I would love to end it. I don't know how to though. I know it's super annoying for the live audience. Like if you guys hear me typing, I know it's super annoying. Damn, they got a video on YouTube. It's 58 minutes of Antonio Brown highlights. Holy smokes. Imagine watching Antonio Brown highlights for an hour. Imagine having an hour worth of highlights. I want to... turn that on. So hopefully that this video... Okay, this one is... Oh, I hope the sizing is right. Can I see how it looks like on the home page? Okay, that seems Mickey. I made that in like fucking 2 seconds. Oh man, we're just I'm just getting some things set up, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about this. It's been a little bit since I've been live. In fact, I don't even... I want to say, was I live last week? Oh, actually, it's my channel. Hold on. I literally just checked. But it has been a little bit since we've been live. And I mentioned it before, but I'm still, trying to figure it out. Damn, it's been 11 days since I've been live. But that one was a really fun live, honestly. We'll see how this one goes. I don't imagine that it's going to be the same because that was on a weekend. That was a little bit earlier. It's already the next day for me. It's 12. We're still going to see. Because I do have some things to talk about. And depending on, the audience we get in, we can maybe divvy it up. But if anything, I was going to make a YouTube video about this anyway. And so, yeah, once again, I'll just going to be low-key waiting it out. I'll be honest. Let's pod real quick. I am waiting it out. Maybe someone will join in the early thing. Also, to celebrate, TJ Watt re-signing, we do have a gigantic glass of milk. Probably in an overly large glass of milk. I'm going to try to get through it all. But, I know that's what TJ Watt, that's what he's all about. He drinks his milk. America, Scotland, Canada, Tokyo. Alright. Just want to do that. Alright, I think we're good. YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy, Zaya, from Zaya&TheSteelers here. And we got to talk about this because earlier today, I swear to God, it is uncanny the luck I have with talking about the Steelers. Because if you don't know, I made a video earlier today, which I haven't uploaded in a little bit. And I mean, NFL offseason, the NFL offseason. Of course, I could be better. I want to be better. I strive to be better. But just I haven't uploaded in a little bit, right? And so today, following the Juwan Jennings news, following the Juwan Jennings news, I've been getting more and more built on the Calvin Austin story, right? That's what I was trying to say. I've been getting more and more defensive about Calvin Austin. And because of that, I just woke up, I seen a tweet. I forget what the tweet said, but it was pretty much like, Juwan Jennings would be clearly the Steelers' second best wide receiver. We need to do him, or we need to re-sign him. If we don't do the move, then, Mike Tomlin is a failure as a coach, and Omar Khan is a failure as a GM. Very common, Steelers things. Very common over the edge, just the most asinine takes, right? Just very common, though, with Steelers Twitter and Steelers media. But it is what it is. I love it. And so I've been seeing a lot of those takes, and it made me kind of feel for Calvin Austin, man. And let me see if I can get the gunshots going. It made me kind of feel for our guy, Calvin Austin, because we know that he's a hooper. We know that Calvin Austin is like that. And there's a decent section of people who really aren't in on Calvin Austin. And so all of that to say, I came on here and I talked about Calvin Austin a bunch earlier today. I released the video. I make a little ticky-talk of the video. You know, it's all good. We're bigging up Calvin Austin. Are we going to re-sign, or are we going to trade for Juwan Jennings? Are we not going to trade for Juwan Jennings? Ball is in Omar Khan's court. Ball is in Steelers Twitter court. And then the move happens. The move that low-key should not have been, dragged out this long, because it went exactly as I thought it was going to go. It went exactly as you guys thought it was going to go. We re-signed TJ Watt, and not only do we re-sign him, we make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. So essentially, TJ Watt got exactly what he was asking for. I don't know the guarantees. I don't know if that's been, released, but I'm hoping we guarantee TJ Watt all of the money possible, because this is a $1 billion organization. TJ Watt, and we are one of the best organizations in football. We are an all-time team. If, you can hate on the Steelers now, you can think we're, Mickey Mouse now, the quarterback thing, the Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in a while, and we just lose in the first round as a unit. The Killer Bees, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben, we can get off all these jokes and blah, 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 blah. We are one of the greatest organizations to ever play NFL football. We are a top, at the very least, and Steelers fans, just, calm down. I got you. But at the very least, we are a top 5 team in NFL history. And now we all know that we are higher than 5. We are higher than 4. We are probably higher than 3. If we're being honest. There's what are you going to say, the Patriots, the Chiefs maybe, the Cowboys, these are the teams, the Packers, these are the teams that are, the 49ers too maybe, but these are the teams that we're in here with, these are the teams that get talked about with us. We're not, with a bunch of other teams. We're not with the Titans. We're not with, I'm always slandering the Titans, man. I'm not going to lie. But we're not with these other organizations. We are one of the best ever. Our history is crazy. We probably have the craziest history ever in terms of players throughout the legacy. We've probably had and the peaks too. When we're peaking, we have 10 to 11 total Hall of Famers on a team at one time. You look back to the 70s Steelers teams, you look back to the early 2000s Steelers teams, where we had our little runs. You look at those teams, and we are stacked top to bottom. It's not just one guy's doing it. It's not just there's 2 people here, 2 people there. No, we are front to back are loaded. So we have a crazy lineage. And all of that to say, TJ Watt is one of the best players to ever do it for this specific team. And so you know what that means? If TJ Watt was a player on, one of those Mickey Mouse teams that I mentioned earlier, if he was drafted for one of them and his career goes exactly how it goes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he is all-time great. He is the best player to ever play for some of these organizations, right? And we just happen to have him. He's up there with Mean Joe Green and Troy Polamalu and just this Mel Blount, this lineage of players that have played for the team. Franco Harris, we just have the craziest things. And TJ Watt is up there with them. So you put him on one of these other organizations, and he is not living up to, he is living up to it. He is not, in the top 3 of them. He is the best player to ever play for a lot of teams. So of course we are going to re-sign TJ Watt. And with that said as well, I definitely want to get off the point that there were a lot of people not really in on re-signing TJ Watt. I don't want it to be lost. What's up, Karth? I don't know how long you've been here. Sorry. Maybe you just said that. But I'm kind of just, getting my shit off here. I don't know, once again, to me, it's a no-brainer to re-sign TJ Watt. So arguments against re-signing him weren't even real. That to me, that can't even be a possible thought to come out of the brain. But I don't want it to be forgotten that there were those thoughts being put on the Twitter, on the YouTube, on the social media, in the comments. A large majority of people, I shouldn't say a large, maybe not even a large, but a loud majority of people were saying that we should trade TJ Watt and we shouldn't re-sign him, and it's too much money. And if we want to win, which I think is even crazier, if we want to win, we were supposed to get rid of TJ Watt. That to me makes no sense in the world, but hey, some people think like that. And so I don't want it to be forgotten that, that happened. But it went exactly as it was supposed to go. Let me get some milk. It went exactly as it's supposed to go. We were supposed to re-sign TJ Watt. We were supposed to make him the highest player. First of all, I got his jersey up here, so I have somewhat of an investment in the TJ Watt storyline one. But he is worth every single penny, because if you watch the games, which is, you can't say that for every other fan base. Every other fan base, they don't pay attention to the Steelers. I won't lie, guys. It's sad, but we don't really pay attention to other teams either. And so it's hard to talk about it with other fan bases, because like they point to like these random ass stats, and like, last season TJ, he didn't really end the season well. He didn't put up any points or whatever. Like he didn't do anything at the end of last season. And while people say that, it's cool. We have seen TJ Watt do way, way, way more good than he has bad. His like bad stretches or whatever, like these things that happen, the entire team is falling apart. And when you think about it, it's like the entire team is falling apart. What else is, falling apart? Why is that happening? Let's look at TJ Watt. He has no stats at the end of the season, and we win no games at the end of the season. And so this is, maybe, they don't correlate with each other, but we can point to a lot of other metrics where when TJ plays, we win, and when he doesn't play, we lose. There's other arguments to back this up, but I'm just saying, and it's something I thought about at this moment. I'm just saying, he doesn't put up stats, we don't win. And so this is how important this guy is. Of course we re-sign him. Of course, a guy who is the all-time leader in sacks for our franchise, of course we re-sign him. It made absolutely, positively zero sense to get rid of TJ Watt outside of you're just trying to be too big brain. You're just trying to be too, I don't even want to say analytical, because I don't like when people do that to those arguments either, because like there's a lot of, what I want to say, like eye test people that don't really agree with stats, and it's more so in basketball. I'm kind of, in the middle of that. Like I think these analytical things, like they make sense, but that's the only reason why I can think of you're not trying to re-sign TJ Watt is there is like some metric, some mark that you're, when once a edge rusher hits 30, this starts to happen. Of course he's going to decline, but TJ declining is one of the best players in the league, and I'll admit it. I'll say it. This is us paying him for what he has done. This is us doing that. But to me, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you are supposed to do that for TJ Watt. You can look on the outside and think it's dumb. You can be a fan of another team and think we're dumb for re-signing TJ Watt for as much as we did, for as long as we did, which 3 years to me doesn't seem crazy. But you can think it's dumb. But this is what is supposed to happen with these kind of players. Every team should make this mistake of re-signing TJ Watt, in my opinion. This isn't like one of them ones, man. Like, this isn't a normal player. This isn't even a good player, a great player, a Pro Bowl player. No, this is one of the best players to ever play football. This is one of the best players to ever put on the black and gold. And we are supposed to let him walk for a future first-round pick, maybe, or we'll re-sign, or not re-sign. We'll go get our quarterback with the TJ Watt draft pick. Fam, how about we get our quarterback with literally, and hear me out, literally anything or anybody else, not TJ Watt. You do not trade TJ Watt. He is just very vindicative to winning. He affects us in so many ways. He makes so many different kinds of plays for us. You do not trade TJ Watt under any circumstance. And there's no drama. There's no scandals. There's no, bullshit out there. The only thing I can think of is he gets mad when we lose. And we have gone through this contract thing twice, which to me, I've explained, to me, we were always going to re-sign TJ Watt. So really, the fact that we took so long, I'm on TJ's side with whatever he wants to say about the organization because of that, because it should have been a no-brainer. We should have given him a check last year. No bullshit, because this is how good I feel about TJ Watt. This is how much I like TJ Watt. No bullshit. TJ Watt has a right to go to negotiations next season with us. He has the right to renegotiate his contract to me next season and get even more money next season. Assuming he's playing like TJ Watt, which playing like TJ Watt is very hard, but he has shown that he is someone who is able to do that. He is able to play at a level that other players simply cannot. And you can't let him leave. You can't fucking trade him for some future firsts or maybe the quarterback of the future, because clearly we've fucking muffled that. Are you shitting me? Like, we've gotten Aaron Rodgers, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. I think that's it in the span. If I'm forgetting a quarterback through that, let me know. But we simply cannot be trusted to take a quarterback. And so if you're telling me we're going to risk TJ Watt and at the same time draft not the quarterback of the future or sign not quarterback of the future, when really we could just do that same thing without trading TJ Watt, because I don't know. I know he's really good and I think we would get one first, but I don't think we would get like these amount of assets that people were saying out there. Like, I don't think we would have gotten multiple firsts for TJ Watt. And that is simply because he is not a quarterback. Now, if he was a quarterback and it's the same kind of aura or whatever as TJ Watt, if it's the same kind of situation as he's just a quarterback, but he's still TJ Watt and he's affected like all these stats or whatever. If he's a quarterback, then, you know, it's different, you know? But it just made no sense to me that people were not in on re-signing TJ Watt. Like, it just made no sense. TD, Tom, what's going on, man? I've just been talking about this whole TJ Watt re-signing and whatnot. He's just my guy. Like, I feel very highly about TJ Watt. I know he's done so much for the team, for, you know, the games. I know he's like that. And so it was even disrespectful that he had to wait as long as he did to get this re-signing. And if it's a mistake, once again, as I've talked about, if it's a mistake, then every single team in the NFL should make this mistake, because that's what you do with your good players. I shouldn't even say good, I'm sorry. That is what you do with your all-time players, because if you don't, that's how you lose them. It should not have taken this long. I will stand by that. I will stand firmly by that. It shouldn't have taken this long the last time, because think about it. Like, before, he was like younger. Maybe he had like a random ticky-tack injury here and there, but like he was dominating. He was like the best player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was fucking going crazy. And so the last one shouldn't have taken long. And in this one, the only thing you could say is he's 30 years old. But to that, I say it's TJ Watt. You know, like, it never made sense to me. And there were a large amount of people who were saying that we should trade TJ Watt. There were a large amount of people who were saying last season that we shouldn't have re-signed Cameron Hayward. And then he had one of his best seasons ever. And so you just can't listen to him, and you got to respect your really good players. You have to be an organization people want to go to. Like, this is another point, is if we're just known as this team who'd be dogging our old players, which we have in the past, and like, look at our wide receiver room, we'll just get rid of a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've shown that we can be cutthroat, right? But there's certain players that you got to kind of, you know, keep around, because you got to keep them around. Yeah, he for sure wasn't going anywhere. Like, it wasn't real. But it's just the fact of, like, seeing it, you know? Like, I just, maybe, what do I want to say? Maybe, you know, the internet today, just life today should have shown me that people can be, do I want to say stupid? Like, is that messed up to say? Like, people can be stupid? Like, people can be stupid. But I just didn't think people could be that stupid and thinking we should trade TJ Watt. Once again, there is a point, like, no shit, if you trade TJ Watt, you'll free up a bunch of cap space and get some picks. But if you don't get TJ Watt back, then it's like, bro, was it worth it? Like, it's not a Pro Bowler. It's not, you know, it's not a Madden cover player. Like, he is, he is, but like, it's not just like a random blip here and there. Like, he is a consistently best player in the NFL, consistently best, you know, player at his position, best player for an all-time organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And speaking of how much TJ Watt is making, I thought this was kind of interesting, because you can see TJ Watt, the highest paid non-quarterback, right? Non-quarterback. It's TJ Watt, but then it's also right behind him, Jamar Chase. And then right behind him is Myles Garrett. And all three of these people play in the AFC North. I'm surprised. Well, it does. It says non-quarterback. Is there anybody on the Ravens? Will Kyle Hamilton get a deal? Is he that good? And these are like, because it's also interesting that it's edge rushers and then a wide receiver. But I'm just trying to think of a Ravens player who could, you know, end up being on this one day. That's not a quarterback, because obviously Lamar is going to make all the money. But I just thought that this was interesting that I'm weak, Rick. The best player, or not the best player, the highest paid non-quarterbacks are all from the AFC North. And him getting $1 more million than Myles Garrett, low-key it should be more, but once again, as I mentioned, you know, for over and over and over, it should be no question that you do that. If you're a team and it's a mistake to do that, every single team should make the mistake of being petty and giving your player $1 more million than the opposing, especially when they have a rivalry like they do, especially when they're compared as much as they're compared. You should make that mistake every time if it is a player of TJ Watt's caliber. We are an all-time organization, and this player is an all-time player for an all-time organization. You put him on one of these, you put him on the Bengals, you put him on the Browns, you put him on the Texans, you put him on the Raiders. I know this really with no knowledge to it, but I bet TJ Watt is the best player to ever play for these organizations. No lie. And once again, I'm just bullshitting here. If there's like fucking Jim Brown or whatever, like, I'm like, oh, you got me. But TJ, you know what I'm like? He is. You put him on any one of these other teams, and like he is the best player to ever touch grass for them. Myles Garrett should be the highest paid player in the league just for him having to remain no cap. Like, no lie. You do that every single time. And Myles Garrett, he's a fantastic player. Jamar Chase is a fantastic player. Like, these people deserve this money. Danielle Hunter being up here, let me take a sip of milk, because once again, we're celebrating TJ Watt, so we got some milk. Danielle Hunter being up here, former Minnesota Viking. Not going to slander Danielle Hunter right now. Not going to do that. Max Crosby, same thing. Max Crosby's a very good player too. I'm actually interested in who's going to be up here next. Who's going to, because now it's like 40. It started at 35 and 35, and I'm pretty sure both Danielle and Max Crosby got these deals before the three of these guys. And so I'm excited to see who is going to like break that. I'm not going to lie, my voice is hurting. What else? And also too, I wanted to bring this up because you guys, it's kind of messed up for you guys. Can I control? Oh my God, I'm so good at Twitter. I'm so good at using the internet. So this is a tweet by John Walker IV. He says, "I have zero clue what to expect out of the Steelers this season, but if it doesn't work, at least they tried." And then it lists the names: Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, Darius Slay, Juan Thornhill, TJ Watt extension. We got rid of Minka and George Pickens. We let Naj walk. We brought in Derek Harmon and Caleb Johnson. Hunter is crazy. He just got that deal last year, and he's old as shit, productive but old. Yeah, he started hooping. Like, I know of Danielle Hunter. Like, I know he's been around like that. But he just started hooping recently. Especially like that. I think the end of Minnesota year, like his last season there, he was cooking. But back to this. The Steelers, we brought in so many different people and like so much name brandness that I could be getting duped. This team could be, ass somehow. But considering, look at this. Look what's trending right now. No rage bait. This is actually kind of funny. Rick, I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but that's actually kind of funny. I forgot what I was saying. Like, the names that we have gotten, like, we could be ass somehow, right? But the other teams that we have won with and defended with, our reputation, like other teams that we as Steelers fans have thought, hey, we're going to make the playoffs and we're going to win the Super Bowl and like we're going to be a good team this year. Other teams that we were saying like that, there is no reason for this team to not be of that caliber to me. Like, there is no reason why we can't, I'm getting a little excited, but there is no reason why we can't win the Super Bowl, man. Is there? Like, what's the real reason? What's the real reason the Pittsburgh Steelers can't win the Super Bowl this year? Because Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be good enough. I think he's going to be good enough. Like, there is no way that he is about to, and, I'm putting it out there, I don't think he is about to, like, just be so bad that he's just fucking it up for us. Like, we're going to be sitting at the screen booing because Aaron Rodgers specifically is just ass. Like, I don't think he's going to be that level of bad. There'll definitely be some regression, but like, there's just no way that that's going to happen, right? And then we got DK Metcalf, and I just big upped Calvin Austin for 20 minutes earlier today. And he's not on the list. We add Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, Darius Slay, and Darius Slay, I know specifically, had a pretty decent season last year on a loaded Eagles team for sure. But he was doing okay. And then I want to say Jalen Ramsey, same thing. Now, there's some mistakes there. This isn't the Jaguars' Jalen Ramsey, but we do have Darius Slay, and we have Joey Porter Jr. behind him. We don't have Minka anymore, but we got Juan Thornhill, I guess. We got Deshaun Elliott. Like with this, he's not gonna be alone out here. We didn't sign Darius Slay on some Joe Hayden shit when we got him. When it was like our other corners were Antoine Blake and who was that first rounder? Artie Burns and our secondary was really bad at the point we signed Joe Hayden. So like this isn't like that. Like Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, their faults should be made up for in the fact that like we overspent on the position, and maybe we overspent. We over name branded on the position. Like hopefully, they can play okay. And like we already had Joey Porter Jr. Where's Kenneth Gain? That's another thing. I'll talk about the running backs in a second, but like we got Kenneth Gainwell and Roman Wilson is coming out. There was just no reason why this team can't be a hooping team this year. Like there is no reason why we defended a Kenny Pickett-led team, a Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Matt Canada was still offensively coordinating. And I will say, maybe not everybody was duped back then, but I sure was. I sure was. We went undefeated in the preseason. Shit was looking all right for us. The offense looked to be moving. I was kind of hype about, 2023? Maybe it was the year we started against the 49ers and got absolutely bopped off the field. It was that year. And then the next season, when we bring in Russ and Justin Fields, I was relatively excited, and oh my God, man, we were like 10-3. We were hooping. Like we had reason to believe that we were going to be a good team. And then we look at the team this year, and I wasn't a Najee guy. I'll say that. I was not a Najee guy. I liked him because he was a Steeler. I respected the truck stick ability or whatever, but like I wasn't really a Najee guy. And so to bring in Kenneth Gainwell, who is someone I literally have tweets about like before he got drafted, getting him, and he's had an okay NFL career, getting him, and then Jaylen Warren getting more snaps, and I'm a huge fan of Jaylen Warren, and getting Caleb Johnson, who at the time when this whole Shador thing was going off, there was picks all over the place. Like I didn't know who we were going to draft, but when we did draft Caleb Johnson, I was like, okay, I like that pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that is my genuine feeling about the Caleb Johnson pick. And so it's hard for me to believe that the running backs are going to play worse. It's hard for me to believe that with Troy Fautanu coming back, with Zach Frazier getting another year of experience, with Broderick Jones going back to his natural position, with Mason McCormick getting another year of experience, it is hard for me to believe the line is going to play worse. It is hard for me to believe that a wide receiver room with a stepped up Calvin Austin and a healthy Roman Wilson, and we signed some other wide receiver too. I can't think of his name, but he's a veteran, low key. I can't think of his name. Oh my God, who is he? We signed a wide receiver. There is a wide receiver on the team who I literally never bring up, but like is a common NFL name. And we got him. And then Aaron Rodgers, I already said, like I just don't think he's gonna be this hindrance to the team. We look at the defense, the cornerback room is out of its mind. We got Derek Harmon on the team now. We got Cameron Hayward still. We got like TJ. We got Alex Highsmith. We got Nick Herbig. We got, we just have pieces. Peyton Wilson in year 2. Patrick Queen, a top 75 player, Patrick Queen. He's going to have another year to hopefully play better. Cole Holcomb is coming back. There is no Chris Boswell. We literally have the best kicker too in the AFC North. We literally, there is just no reason why we can't, at the very, very, very least, go out and win a playoff game. At the very, very least, we can't get to the playoffs and win a playoff game. It is Robert Woods. That is why the wide receiver that's on the team. Thank you. Because that is true. We do have Robert Woods. Not too much on Robert Woods, man. He's a hooper. It is just very hard for me to believe that we are not going to at least win a playoff game this year. And if I'm crazy for believing in that, then, it just is what it is. I think Yahya Black is another good addition that we had. Like, we just picked Jack Sawyer, who people, like, aren't really in on, but we did end up signing the guy or drafting the guy. And, like, I think he can have a large impact on the team. I don't know if you guys hear that, but, like, my cat is trying to get in the room. He is a huge 6'8", 350 pounds. Yeah, Yahya Black is someone who, when I see clips of the guy, I'm like, holy shit. He looks like and combining him with Derek Harmon, it's like we got both of them in this draft. We did lose Minka. We did lose Minka for sure, and Matt is going to be we're going to miss Minka. I like Minka. There was a lot of Steelers fans, Ricks know this, there was a lot of Steelers fans that like were kind of clowning Minka on the way out, and I did see a decent amount of discussion about, how Minka was low-key selling in some plays, and it is what it is. I seen it too. There were some tackles missed for sure. There were some blown coverages. There was a game against the Eagles where, oh my God, Minka and somebody else got super duper mossed by A.J. Brown. So seeing that all the time, wasn't really the best. But he did a lot of things for us, like without really having to, visually do it. Like we didn't need to see it to see how good Minka was playing at some points. So that is going to be a huge loss. But other than that, listen, it's time to pod. Hold on. Let me get some music real quick. Where's it at? Where's the CBS thing at? Listen, man. These people did not like Russell Wilson whatsoever. Before we signed him, after we signed him, the whole time they were telling us Russell Wilson was whack. There was like a 3-week period last season where maybe Russ was hooping a little bit, but other than that, every other opinion about Russell Wilson was he stunk. And then this is the same NFL fan base, they're not NFL fan base, but this is like the same NFL world where they told us that we were supposed to believe in the fucking New York Jets because Aaron Rodgers was coming back. Like in the same time that the two things are happening, we're supposed to believe in the Jets because Aaron Rodgers is there, and then the Steelers are ass because they have Russell Wilson. And so now we flip them. Now it's Aaron Rodgers is old. Now it's he's gonna be whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's ridiculous. We upgrade over Russell Wilson. Same thing with Justin Fields. We believed in Justin Fields. There was a lot of people who were kind of in on him. But if you ask a lot of NFL fans, Justin Fields is never gonna be that good. Like that is real opinions, real thoughts that I have continuously saw. And so for us getting Aaron Rodgers, like I just don't see how that isn't going to work. I don't see DK Metcalf was rated higher than George Pickens the whole time. The whole history of NFL football, DK Metcalf has been better than George Pickens. We get DK Metcalf, and now people are talking about potential, man. Now people are talking about what George Pickens could be. But when we're trying to say that, to say he's better than a lot of these wide receivers ranked over him, when we're trying to talk about potential, it just never worked. And so I guess that's always going to be a thing. That's always going to be a problem. Maybe other fans at other NFL teams feel this exact same way when they bring stuff up. Like, it's just like we can do no right. The Pittsburgh Steelers can do absolutely no fucking right, man. It's just ridiculous, So people are always going to be mad. People are always going to hate Mike Tomlin until we finally win this fucking playoff game. And I think this can be a roster that can do it. Minka was chasing... Or is that blue pass Witherspoon? Like, yeah. Big Akilo Witherspoon. Or Kello. He was a hooper for us, low-key. I fucked with Witherspoon. I want to bring this over here real quick. I'm just kind of looking at more tweets here. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. How do you guys think Naj is going to play this year? I just saw like a post of a Chargers practice. Hopefully Naj is okay. Like I just didn't really like him on the Steelers. It was just, I guess that means I don't like Naj, but he just, once I saw Jaylen Warren play, I was over Naj. Try being a Dolphins fan. Ooh. I think the Dolphins are going to be okay this year. Like, it's shitty to say. It's like the same argument of, it's like Big Truz almost. How I be saying, the Pacers would have won if Tyrese didn't get hurt. Like, it's literally, if the Dolphins are healthy, they're going to be a good team. It's maybe not to the degree of fucking of like the championship like the Pacers had, but if the Dolphins stay healthy, if Tua stays healthy and whatnot, they're gonna be a good team. And so like having that be the hindrance, not you know, not they actually are just bad. Like it's not the play on the field. It's like what be happening off the field. It's other things that affect the Dolphins. Like that's pretty shitty. Yeah, they did get Minka. When's a free safety signing going to fall next? I've seen Justin Simmons be talked about. I've seen other players be talked about. I've also kind of saw let Juan Thornhill cook. Truthfully, I don't know. This team's loaded to me. You know, like I don't know who or what we should get. Like obviously we need somebody out there, but this team's just like loaded to me. And so whoever it is, I feel like they can be bad and like still kind of play well because of the other positions that they have around them. So I don't know when we're gonna see it. It could be what's his name? It could be Castro. You know, like that could happen. I'm not sure if his position is that, but if he's hooping, I say just play the best player. What do you think happens with Highsmith moving forward? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I've ever said this on my YouTube channel, but I have a friend. His name is Brendan, and he's a Steelers fan too. And we talk about the Steelers a lot. And like, I feel like I predict things pretty well when it comes to the team. And I've low key traded Alex Highsmith like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I've thought of him as like an asset for us to go get somebody for a little bit. And so it's either we use him like that because I don't know if because he's on a pretty good deal right now. I don't know if we'll ever max him out or whatever. Like maybe he could get from a different team. But it's either we, try to get some assets from him or, we just kind of keep letting him play. And eventually I think he gets out of our price range, if that makes sense. And like another team will get him. But I think he's solid. I love Alex Highsmith. He's a really good player. And the fact that we have Nick Herbig, oh my God. The fact that we have Nick Herbig, these are incredible shoes to fill. But, I think it's a little crazy or a little easier to be Alex Highsmith as opposed to TJ Watt. Like back to the original topic of this all, the whole TJ Watt signing. I saw people trading TJ Watt and saying Nick Herbig's gonna step up. Like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Do you know how much money we have left on the cap after the TJ deal to get more players and stuff? Not sure if Herbig will get a second contract with the Watts. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think eventually Nick Herbig is going to get out of our price range. Let me see if I can figure out how much cap space we have. I'm sorry about, like, my browser making that noise, by the way. I looked up how to stop it, but I didn't really look hard enough. Let me see. I'm on over the cap. Where? I believe, does this have, if this has TJ Watt's new, I don't know how much you guys can see of this. But if this has TJ Watt's new contract on here, which... Is this his new contract? Where's it at? 21. Let me see. 2020. I know they don't have it yet. I don't know how this. I don't think does anything change this year. Because for now we have 10 million in cap space according to this. Oh my God, are we about to do a free agency video right now? Wait, this free agent signing, free agency tracker maybe. Is there a still available thing? This is gonna like load forever. Herbig's production on the field flashes more to me than what Highsmith brings. I don't know, man. Highsmith do be hooping. Like it's hard for me to say like we should or like will trade him or something or like he just won't always be a Steeler. But I know Highsmith be cooking. But I have seen Herbig have these flashy plays too. Like where he just looks crazy. And yeah, I don't think this has like an available free agents tab. Unless I'm just tripping. Rick, I feel like you've been on over the cap before. I think it changes the per year money. I'm not sure. If we're just cooked, then, you know, I guess that ends that. But look at free agents. What does this mean? I guess not. Can I sort this? Damn, what the hell are we doing with Cameron Hayward's? Oh, okay, it's over here. This is like, it's sorted over here. All your rookies signed? I believe so. I believe we signed everybody. We got TJ, Cam, Jalen Ramsey, Alex Highsmith, Patrick Queen. Gonna need him to hoop, man. I'm not gonna lie. Gonna need Patrick Queen to hoop. Big Aaron Rodgers, Muth. I'm not gonna get into it. Muth. They look at. Are they accounted for on here? Like, say they. What's up, Marla? Say they've already signed. Like, when wouldn't they count on here? I don't know. I feel like this kind of goes back to the free safety position or whatever, and like, who are we gonna get? You look at this team, man. We got TJ, Cam, Jalen, Highsmith, Queen, Aaron Rodgers, Muth, Metcalf, Darius Slay, Jalen Warren. You know, like, I feel like this team is gonna be a really fucking good team. I wish I could see the available free agents on here. Damn, this team or this website is weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I wonder if I look. Hold on, I want to leave that there. Chat is way behind. I wonder, would it be faster? Would it be? Are you talking about like on the screen or in here? I wonder if it would be faster to look at it on YouTube, because I feel like it does pop up kind of late on the OBS thing. America, Scotland, Canada, and Tokyo. I want to try to find the like still available free agents. I believe in time. Oh my God, Chase Clay! I forgot about Chase Claypool. Maybe we'll go and get Chase Claypool, man, and he'll be our wide receiver too. This is July 5th. I don't know how accurate this is still. Oh, well, you know what? Von Miller just went somewhere. Von Miller just went... Where did he go? He got signed today. I think Washington, right? Didn't Von Miller just go to Washington? And then... I mean, Justin Simmons, as I mentioned, he's like the only safety on this list. Mike Hilton is still available. Bro, we should go get Mike Hilton back. I know he went to the Bengals and like maybe we're upset at him about that. But I don't know. I think we should go get Mike Hilton. No Chase. Bro, my one cat really wants to come in here. Maybe we still get Gabe Davis. Oh, no Chase. I just realized Chase Claypool. Maybe, I mean, why not, bro? I mean, first down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Chase Claypool was a hooper. It's a shame it fell apart. Sport Track for free agency. Copy. Let me see if we can pull that back up over here. Sport Track. America, Scotland, Canada, and Tokyo. I believe in Joe Henry. I believe in Joe Henry. Damn, I gotta like zoom out of this too. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. So this right here is like the available free agents, and Keenan Allen I feel like would be a banger. I like Amari Cooper as well, because I guess we're still looking for this wide receiver too. Gabe Davis we saw on that other list. Preston Smith, I thought we could re-sign him for like a low kind of deal just to keep him around, but I guess we got Jack Sawyer now, so maybe not. You see Justin Simmons, he's down here. Are there any other like safeties? Jordan Whitehead could be pretty good. I know he went to Pitt, so shout out to Jordan Whitehead. Julian Blackmon maybe. Quandre Diggs is still out there. I don't know if he's like actually ass or not, but Jordan Poyer. He's last on the Miami. Rick, how do you feel about Jordan Poyer? How does that name sound to you? Actually, too, I want to kind of do something here. I want to see if I can pull it up on here. People say I'm borderline crazy, sorta kinda. All right, there. I don't know if that'll make it better, but Arthur Millette, Pittsburgh Steelers legend, also former Baltimore Raven. Arthur Millette. Maybe we go get him. Asante Samuel Jr., potential Miami Dolphin. Chase Edmonds. Can we go by position? Position. I don't think. Yeah, this will. Here we go. Where's free safety at? Here we go. I think the answer is though either roll with like what's his name, Juan Thornhill. Either roll with him, start Sebastian Castro, or go get Justin Simmons. Because with how good we are at other positions on the defense, with how good we are, I really think that can make up for it. Dead to you. Oh man. Damn, there does seem to be a decent amount of delay on here. I believe in Joe Henry. Tyler Matikovic, we should get him back. Big special teams guy. Or not special. Yeah, big special teams guy. Desmond Ridder available. Oh, wait, let's look at the quarterbacks. We got Jake Fromm, Desmond Ridder, Tyler Huntley, Jeff Driscoll, Teddy Bridgewater, CJ. Oh, boy. Damn, this is all that's left in free agency? Holy shit. This is really bad. Bro, if your quarterback gets hurt this year and you don't have a backup, you're done. There is nobody in free agency. I mean, maybe not too much on Teddy Bridgewater. That might be the only one not too much on. Like, maybe not too much on him. But past that, holy smokes, you are done if your quarterback gets hurt. Yeah, we just need more safety depth for sure. Or Jordan Whitehead. I like Jordan Whitehead. Don't let the Browns know they'll sign another quarterback. I'm weak. Shit. All right, let's play a game. This game is called Which Quarterback Still Available Would Start on the Browns? Jake Fromm, low-key, might start. Desmond Ridder, I think, would start for some reason. Tyler Huntley, he has game experience. Tyler Huntley might fuck around and start for the Browns. Jeff Driscoll, I don't think he'd start. You know, I got some respect over there for Kenny Pickett. I don't think Jeff Driscoll would start over him. Teddy Bridgewater would 1,000,000,000,000,000% start over Kenny Pickett. CJ Beathard, probably not. Carson Wentz would start on the Browns as well. So, like, oh my God, they are so ass. You know, they are so ass. Damn, what do they got? They got Kenny Pickett. They have Shedeur Sanders. They have Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco, right? They have all four of those guys. That's insane. That's crazy. Damn, messages. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the I don't know what's wrong with the chat and why it's taking so long for me to get like messages or whatever. If you guys are listening, type now, like when you hear this. Just type now. Because like that's kind of crazy. Literally. I might be able to change something on like my delay on whatchamacallit on Streamlabs. Yeah, now is crazy. I'm weak. Now is crazy. George, George T, what's going on, bro? But yeah, that's crazy that we're just hearing this. I don't know how I can fix that. Maybe there's something in my delays on whatchamacallit on like the actual streaming software. That's something I'll look into for next time for sure. You're on your phone. Was it this bad last time, if you guys can remember? Like, I know, Rick, you were there. Karth, you were here. I believe everybody who's here now was here in my last live stream. I wonder if it was this delayed before. Low-key, I'm pretty bad at typing on the phone, too. I've been tweaking recently. I don't know what it is, but like I'll go to type on my phone and like I'm just missing, you know? Yeah, I don't think it was this bad either. Maybe it has to do with my internet. I have no clue. Carly was here last time, man. Unbelievable. And what's his name? And Dante Moncrief was here last time. George T, what do you think about us re-signing TJ Watt? What was your thoughts? I have almost finished the entire big cup of milk. I did it for TJ Watt, but I was like, man, this is like a lot. I didn't know if I was going to do it. Ali Moncrief. Let's see if I can drag this over here. Oh, Steeler legend Mike Williams retired today. Forgot to mention that. Strong. It for sure needed to be done. We needed to re-sign TJ Watt. Like, I got his jersey up there. Shout out to Rick. What's not to like about the Pittsburgh Steelers is what I'll say. What's not to like about them? Mike Tomlin sucks. You know, I'm ready. I honestly may kind of end it here. I may power down just because it is still like a weekday for me. Like the last day I went live was when was it? It was 10 days ago, but it was on a Saturday, right? So like it was a weekend. I still have to work in the morning. I still have like other things that I kind of got to do before I go to bed. Like it's already 1 o'clock in the morning for me. I just wanted to get on here and talk my shit, man. I'll be honest. And I want to talk with you guys a little bit. It was good seeing you guys again. Karth, George T, Tom, Rick. Anybody else? Oh, Daniel was here. Like I wanted to talk to you guys again, but I also, you know, this was gonna be a video anyway, if that makes sense. Like I was gonna be talking about the TJ Watt shit, so I figured, you know, might as well go live again. Hit the streets with what they need, and that is a Zaya and the Steelers live. If you watch this back, definitely peep like the beginning of it, because like I was going I feel like I was going kind of in about TJ Watt and just like why we needed to resign him. Like the guy is an all-time player on an all-time team. He is somebody who like is going. We're going to be talking about TJ Watt for generations to come, and so to let him go for like the 20 what like we're trading TJ Watt for the 2030 Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not looking out for our, I guess, like current best interest. And like, so it was just nonsense, honestly. It made no sense to trade TJ Watt, especially to the Saints. And that's like an inside joke, so it is what it is. But I do appreciate everybody for coming out to the live. Hopefully I'm live again at some point this weekend. I wanted to do a like tier list thing, but I didn't have it set up, and like I was just trying to hurry up and get on. But next time I think I'm gonna do like a tier list about where I'm ranking our team by position. And then we can kind of start to talk about us as a whole versus the other NFL teams, because like teams, they're starting to like settle in. You know what I'm saying? We can like really predict other team schedules. We can like really think on, we can like really think about how we're going to do. Congrats, Steelers fan, on retaining your boy. Hit the Benjamin for Big TJ. Thanks for getting on, Zaya. I appreciate you, Rick, for coming out. Thank you, Karth, for coming out. Thank you guys for coming out. It's probably going to be a YouTube video too, so shout out to the YouTube audience. Like as a video format, I'm going to clip it up a little bit. We're going to get our shit off. We're going to make some TikToks. We're going to make some YouTube videos. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next live or a video or a TikTok, wherever you see me. Let's go Steelers, and we're going